What's up, everybody? It's WHITEBOYLOCKDOWNRADIO. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button. For everyone that always is here, like it, comment it, share it. And so, correction officers, we're going to just get into this one. There's this guy, Rick Ross, okay? Now, I don't know what he does anymore, but, when he was in the limelight, he was this big bad rapper, this and that, and then people found out that he was a correction officer, and they're like, oh, he's soft, or he's not real, and this or that, and then, some people would say that. Other people would say, oh man, Rick Ross was bringing in that sack, man, he had that sack, he was making moves, but it's an ongoing debate, nobody knows, I don't care about Rick Ross, but this is a good comparison to what I'm about to say, okay? There was a CEO that worked at Holmes, man, and this guy, he was good. He would let us bump, okay? He didn't want to hear you try to snitch on somebody. He didn't want to hear you dry snitch on somebody. You could, when he was on shift, you could literally go to the window and say, hey man, we want to run it. We want to run it. And he would say, all right, no locks, no locks and no knives. And he would literally, he would get up, he would be on the glass, and if he leaned all the way like this, he could see down to the grid, and he'd let you bump it out. Didn't matter. He would tell you one-on-one, and this guy was, man, this is the way that correction officers really should be all around. Because listen, you're locked up. You have a lot of aggression. You have a lot of stuff on your mind. You just got pressure bust pipes, man, and sometimes people just gotta bang it out. People get all mad. I call 1090 out, and this weirdo Tim Snow, whatever his name is, who cares? It's just why not? Just bump it out. What's the big problem? People get all all sensitive, but man, maybe you shouldn't watch the channels. I don't know. But this is why people need to bump it out. You have a lot of aggression and stuff going on in the chain gang, and this CEO, he was where it's at. Now, I could tell you that he let us bump, and he had respect enough to where if there was an issue and he was on, we're gonna bump. Now, let me tell you that some people were scared when he was working. Some people would. There's a whole bunch of aspects to this. Some people were scared when this guy would come on, because now if you were talking reckless the other day, somebody's sitting on that. Somebody's remembering that. Now they go use the payphone. Hey, guess what? Your cousin died. Oh, okay. Hey, bro, remember that? Now this dude's working. Hey, bro, tighten up, get there. You see what I'm saying? But now people will be scared of this guy. Okay. He would let you bump, man, and it goes for other people. There'd be the real dick that was working, and it was he ran a real tight shift, and during his shift, no one's running no tattoos, no one's being dumb, no one's smoking in the dorm, because this dude is known for cuffing you up, bringing you confinement, whatever. So you may get into an altercation when this guy's working because he's got such a tight shift. You're getting loud with somebody, or somebody's getting loud with you, and now, hey, it's too tight of a shift to do anything unless it's pushing the issue of disrespect. Then it doesn't matter who's on. But now, bam, you sit on that, and then this guy comes on, the one that will let you bump, and hey, you're in the grid getting it. It's getting off your chest. Now, this was a good thing that happened in the dorm that I was in, okay? And I have guys that coming onto the channel. There's a few more. I got a lot of surprises, and there's a few guys that are getting out that are still there. So they'll be on the channel too. But this CO, man, it backfired in a reason. It backfired in a way. There's a saying in prison, man. Inmates will find a way to ruin anything. Okay, I'll give you an example of that. When I was in, everybody would get a pair of work boots. Okay, now, a pair of standard Brogans, man. They're real cheap boots. They're uncomfortable, but hey, it's boots. It's something to grit in. Anyone who's ever been in knows what I'm talking about. You can't go to the wall. You can't go to grid, in socks. That's the worst thing you can do. You're gonna slide backwards and you're gonna get trampled. It's the worst thing you can do. Some people fight barefoot because the grip. It works. I've done it once in jail, but in prison I would always have my sneakers. Not the boots are heavy, and they're heavy. You know what I mean? And they don't have the greatest balance. I didn't like to use boots when I had to fight. So But what I'm saying is they will give you boots for the sole purpose of you have to perform a job for your game time. Okay, now they stopped giving out brand new boots because inmates they always want to look clean and have brand new boots. Why? Who cares? You're in prison. That's dumb. But they would ask the COs for all these brand new boots all the time. They would mess up their old ones, rip off the sole. So they would constantly go to the COs, can I get a pair of brand new boots? Some guys would have their boots and they would work in them, okay, and they would just get rid of them or say, hey man, I need another pair of boots. And now they wanted these boots for separate for when their people came. Now they got a nice spiffy, shiny pair of boots they could go wear when their people visited them. You see what I'm saying? Ways around everything. But at some point in time, they're like, hey man, no more boots. Inmates ruined it. Now, this goes for everything, man. Everything it goes for. For food, they stopped giving milk cartons out in Florida DOC, okay? Because the guys in the kitchen were stealing the crap out of it. They're drinking like 90 milks a day. I was part of that, but ruined it for everyone else. You see what I'm saying? Inmates will always ruin everything, okay? Now, I say that because they ruined this guy. This guy would handle the dorm. He could control the tempo of the dorm. He would straight up let you go bump. Nobody does that. You're gonna go look. It's like a 50-50 chance. I would say it's more 60-40. 60% chance if you're gonna take it to that level and go fight somebody, 60% chance you're gonna get away with it. 40% chance you're gonna get locked up. Sometimes it's more 70-30. Okay, but when this guy was on, it's 100%. You're good to go. Go bang the dude up or get banged up. Listen, win, lose, or draw, your respect is still there, and you don't have to worry about going to confinement. Okay. Now, the dorm that I was in, it was getting too hectic. Didn't even need this dude to work. Literally, when I tell you this, man, this dorm was bumping city, and a lot more than that, but it was mostly hands. I've told a couple stories about this dorm right here that I'm speaking of. When I said the TV room, when the dude stabbed him. The other one, the first time I seen somebody get poked up. This is all in this dorm right here. But this dorm was crucial for fighting. Listen, straight up, if you're fighting, man. If you weren't fighting, you were breaking it off. Or you were a sherm, or something happened. You weren't solid if you weren't bumping in here, and it was coming your way no matter how you handled yourself. Okay. When I say this, the tension was growing so high. There was gangs in there. You have, it was so crazy. I remember this one dude fought. With a DVD out of Pensacola. He bumped another black dude. He bumped the blood, okay? And after he whooped him, he whooped the blood. He whooped him. After he did that, he had gang members in there, and so did they. So a lot of tension right there. But after he whooped him, he made a statement. He's like, who else has their nuts feeling low? Anyone else have their nuts hanging low? No, he's telling everybody, who else wants this, And, it's a sideways dig like, what's up to all his other brothers. He could be able to say that because he had back. But, man, this dorm was really bad. Bumping city. The tension grew so high that at one time, someone asked that same CO if they can get in the grid. And he says the same thing that he always says. Yeah, man, no locks and no knives, and the dude went into the grid, it was a G and a blood. And the G's name was Jag. This guy, Jag, he was like a bug. He was a bug. He could run. He was probably the fastest dude on the pound as far as running. Like they used to do these sprints running, like racing, like you would do at elementary school. I don't know, they did it. Line up on the yard and one win, right? So this dude was really fast. He was a bug, though. He's a bug. He was real weird. He gets in the grid and he's like doing this karate shit, like spinning back kicks and shit that you don't see. Because when you're watching fights in prison, it's not like high school. It's not like the streets. You're gonna see some real swiftness, man. You're gonna see some real swift stuff, man. Listen, man, in Chain Gang, man, you're gonna see some Michael Jordans playing basketball. You're going to see some Roy Jones Jr. in the grid. You're going to see some professional volley players, whoever they are, in the volleyball. You're going to see some, Bo Jacksons, some Mark McGuires on the softball field. You're going to see, there's real talent in there. These people have messed up, but hey, man, there's real talent in there. There's a lot. People will tell people, hey, man, you can rap good. Get out and do something. But their ego or they don't have enough confidence to really do it. But people are really telling them, hey, man, you're good. Basketball too. I don't even like basketball, but I would sometimes, if I was real bored, workout done, whatever, I would watch these dudes because they're real good, man, real good. Get out, man, go do something with that. Nobody does. That's why I'm glad that Viking got out and fought, because everyone was saying same thing with Viking. Hey, man, go fight. Shut up the Viking. But this dude Jag is in the grid, and he's doing this weird karate stuff, and he's taking a long time. Now he's a G. He's fighting another. He's fighting this blood short, and the dude short has got he's got a setup, and he's just like, what the. He doesn't want to go in there on him because it's unnatural. You know what I mean? Usually it's just like, hey, what's up, man? You want to run it? Tie shoes, get up in there. What's happening? Now this dude's doing some karate shit. Okay, so he does like a spinning back kick. He misses it, but I never forget. He did this jump kick, like some karate kid stuff. Bam! Hit it right in the chin, and then they start squatting up. The bug dude Jag, he beat the blood. Okay, but they broke the tempo, man. They broke that CO, man. All the bloods rushed in, and they got the Jag first, stomped them out. Then the G's ran up in there. Now you got a thing going on, and now this guy, the same guy that says, hey, man, go ahead and handle that. No locks, no locks, no knives, no jumping. Now he's got a problem on his hands because now you got all the backup coming. Everyone's coming. They spray it, break it up, get them all out. From the outside looking in, I don't care because now I got a whole bunch of bloods out the dorm and a whole bunch of G's. But at the same time, there goes, the inmates ruin it all. They always ruin stuff. Now you got this guy out 100%. 100% is gone. Now it's back to 50-50, 60-40, sometimes 70-30. The odds are still there. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, man, inmates will ruin everything. This is a fact. This is nothing new. It's always going to be that way. People talk a lot of stuff about the COs. I can assure you, people are watching this channel, and I can assure you this has happened somewhere real far from Florida. I can assure you someone's watching this channel right now, leave it in the comments, and they've had a CO like this, man. But, sometimes you get them like this, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get them like this and they won't, you can't ask them, but you just know. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a shame that this gets ruined. You know what I mean? Now, this dude right here, in my eyes, that dude is realer than Rick Ross. Rick Ross, nobody knows what he's going to do. And I only bring up Rick Ross because I'm so tired of hearing, when I was in prison, I always had to hear about Rick Ross and who had more money, Young Jeezy or Lil Wayne. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Get in there and bump. It's White Boy Lockdown Radio, man. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay out. And stay solid, man. Till the next.